8 o'clock on Mother's Day comes around. I'm just sitting in my car, tootling along to church because it's 8 o'clock on a Mother's Day. And I see on my phone that Kim Mulkey has released a statement to Baylor Nation. Mind you, again, strange timing in general. Like, happy Memorial Day, it's 2 p.m., I'm going to send an apology to the place I was at for 2 decades. That's weird in general, but you can't be mad at that. It's just it's quirky, but who cares what day it was, good morning, happy Christmas.
Yes.
Also, I'm moving. Yeah, it was
I'm pulling it up here, so I'm listening.
Right.
I was pulling up the statement.
All that put together, I think the timing of it's weird in general of what it feels like to me. So I want to read this for you guys. And Armstrong, maybe you have this. It's on Mulkey's Twitter. I thought it was very interestingly worded. Someone brought up the point she doesn't mention Baylor. Really, she doesn't thank Baylor once. She thanks Baylor or thanks Waco. I want to thank you for the bottom of my heart for your support of the past 21 years. Mostly because of you, making the decision to leave Waco was not an easy one. So this is to the fans. This is to Baylor fans. When I came to campus in 2000, no one ever dreamed we'd accomplish so much. That's true. We sold out games. She's not lying. We landed the best recruits. She's on the money with this one.
Yeah.
We built one of the most loyal fan bases in the country. We laughed at tip-off luncheons and cried as we hoisted trophies in the air. What a ride it's been. Together, we made history in women's basketball. Together, we clinched 23 Big 12 titles, regular season and tournament. Together, we brought home 3 national championships. Also, the font on this, as you can see on the screen right now, is just atrocious. Small. Together, we saw 100% of our Lady Bears graduate later this month. I'll go into the Naismith Hall of Fame, slight flex, because of the dedication and commitment of players and fans during my career at Baylor. While this next road in life may take us in different directions. What a way to word that.
Yeah.
While this next road in life may take us in different directions, the Lady Bear basketball program is what it is because of you, the fans, and it will forever be a large part of who I am. Thank you for your unwavering support and memories that will last a lifetime. Much love, Kim Mulkey.
While this next road in life may take us different directions that I have effectively taken a hard right turn on and chosen the direction that I'm going to be taking, but it just so happens to take us different directions, this whole thing felt like a very big flex to me. Like, the entire thing wasn't so much a thank you as much of it was like, hey, this is what I did at Baylor. I bet you're going to miss me. I'm going to miss Baylor mostly because of you, which really felt like a backhanded comment to the administration. Like, hey, I'm not going to miss Baylor because of what Mac Rhodes did for me. I'm not going to miss Baylor because of our strong athletic program and the other great coaches involved.
Or my $2.3 million.
Yeah, like
I'm not going to miss that.
She just shouted herself out the entire time. So while this thing just feels, like you said, kind of weird, part of me is also like, this is very on brand for Kim Mulkey. Like, I when I read it, I was like, this is weird, but that's about right for the par for the course to what I expected with a goodbye. I don't even know if you can call it a thank you, a shout out to the fans, I guess, but felt very much like a lackluster sort of gesture to me.
Bye, my lover. Bye, my friend. You have been the one.
You have been the one.
You have been the one for me. That's all I could think just reading the entire thing. It was like it's very much someone wrote. It's like when your parents say, oh, you forgot to write a thank you card. And then you just kind of whip something up like, it's how I would have thanked my mom if I was 8. It's like when your mom does okay, you do the dishes. And for that, your mom gets you a new bike for doing your chores for 10 years. And then you already get an allowance.
For 10 years.
You already get $2.3 million of an allowance for doing the dishes. But then one day your mom's like, thank you. I just want to thank you for doing the dishes. Here's a bike. And then you write your mom a thank you note. It's like, Mom, I have been a great son. I have always been a great son. I have done so many things as your son. And I love you for that. Sincerely, your son.
These chores have been great mostly because of you. It's kind of what she said.
Yeah.
This is mostly because of y'all is why I'm going to miss Baylor.
Yeah.
The whole thing felt weird.
But also, look at all the stuff that's been done.
Yeah, look at what I've done.
Bye-bye. Guys, the timing. The timing's so weird for me. I feel we buried this hatchet. Nikki Collins the coach now. Baylor's got a new head coach. Kim Mulkey is thank you, you're legit. Thank you, you're a legend, goodbye.
Yes.
End of story.
This is why I'm curious to see, one, how many Baylor fans even knew this was a thing. Like, the attention has very much shifted away from Kim Mulkey in Waco. At least it should shift away. I don't know how many Baylor fans are upset about this, but that's kind of where I get into the conversation of, did this matter? Was this literally just to check it off the list and say, okay, at least I said my thank you. No one can say I didn't say thank you. But, I mean, as a Baylor fan, do you care? Like, is this something that moves the needle for you? Is this something that you're, upset about? Do you have any emotion towards it?
This is we don't care.
Yeah.
That's exactly what this is. I think for the majority of Baylor Nation, again, it's thank you for what you've done. I like, hey, seriously, you built this. That's very sweet of you. But also, we have moved on.
Yeah.
Everybody has completely moved on. This is, if I am in this situation, and I know I don't want to, it's weird to say this, but if I really have that love and affinity for a place and a people, then I'm so torn leaving that I want to do it then.
Yes.
Not like stir this up 2 weeks later and like, hey, I've been gone for a while. Just want to let you know I'm thinking about you. I put your picture away.
Dun, dun, dun.
Sat down and cried. It's over.
Yeah, it's done. I think a lot of this, and this is maybe too much of a conspiracy theory, I think this was a letter to Mack Rhodes. I think this was a flex at Mack Rhodes. I don't think this had much to do with the fans at all. I don't think she really is that tied to the fans. I think this was Mack Rhodes, you're going to miss me. Mack Rhodes, this is what I did. You're going to miss me. Here's all the things that I did. And aren't you sad that you let me get away? Because these fans love me. And I hope that you recognize this.
And by the way, we sold out games.
Sold out
Mack
games.
Rhodes.
Yeah, Mack Rhodes sold out games. I built this athletic program that you now care about.
Yeah,
Like,
we won
what?
a bunch of games. Again,
built this
it is
basketball
like
program.
thanks for the bike and everything, but also I did the dishes.
Yes.
Like I did the dishes, and so know that without me, the dishes aren't going to get done.
No
so
shot.
Thanks for this, but you need me more than I need you.
Yes.
Deuces, blouses, like
Game blouses.
blouses. I saw that, I read it, and I thought, seriously? Number one, happy Mother's Day. It's 8 a.m. on Mother's Day. Number two, why now? And there are people out there, and then they make a great point. It's like, everybody, you asked for an apology or you asked for a goodbye, and I don't know. I don't know. If
we asked for an
anybody-
apology weeks ago.
Yeah.
Like, not an apology. We wanted to thank you
Closure.
weeks ago.
You wanted
Yeah.
closure weeks ago, and instead it's like, hey, I know you've already gotten closure in the form of your new head coach, but please don't get too much closure. I still exist.
Yeah, it's like, why is your ex still texting you after you've already gone and found another significant other? Like, we broke up a while ago. If you need if this is for you, Kim Mulkey, that you need closure about Baylor, if you need to feel better about the situation, if you somehow need to tie some ends there, like, that's great for you. I don't know why, but Baylor has clearly moved on. Nobody really is talking about you outside of this show because we've all moved on. We're all excited about Nikki Collins. So this felt like a way to just shift herself back into the limelight. And I really do think it was a jab at Mack Rhodes, just to kind of just stick his face in it a little bit.
So we got Steven on the phone lines here. We're gonna get to him in a second. T-Town Cruz says, what Kim could have done to okay. I think what do you say? What could Kim have done to make it perfect with the goodbye statement?
Ooh.
I think probably a week ago.
A week ago.
Yeah, where you're like, hey, this just happened and is wholly relevant, and I know that a lot of Baylor Nation is sad. This is a move for me to go home, and I love you. Thank you for all that you've done for me. Adieu. Au revoir.
I think to make it perfect, I don't know if you can make it perfect like you said.
There's not something like goodbye perfect.
There's no way to make it perfect. A good start would be to not mention all of her accomplishments. Like, her going into the Naismith Hall of Fame has absolutely nothing to do with her Baylor career or what she's going to do at LSU or her leaving Baylor.
Well, it has to do with her Baylor career.
Yes, okay, I'll backtrack.
But it has nothing to do with Baylor fans.
Nothing to do with her leaving Baylor. Like, there's no need for her to, like, there's never been a goodbye to say, there's never been a good goodbye, I should say, where you mention all of your accolades and the fact that you're going to the Hall of Fame. Like, that has absolutely nothing to do. I think it's on, I would even border on the sense that this is kind of like a lower, I think this is beneath Kim Mulkey. I do. I think it's on brand, but I think it's beneath Kim Mulkey, a coach who is one of the best to ever do it in women's college basketball. She doesn't need to flex on Baylor. She doesn't need to flex on Baylor.
I know, but that's a tough statement.
I think it is.
That it's beneath someone to apologize.
She didn't apologize.
That's a great point. It's beneath someone to say goodbye. Saying goodbye is fine. I think to make it perfect at this point, say that you get like 2 weeks in and it's like, all right, now how do I make the goodbye perfect? You wait till the Naismith Hall of Fame induction. And you get up there and the first thing you say is, I have gone home and I went home for my mom and I went home to save a state. But I love you, Baylor fans. I love you, Baylor. I will always love you. And I think that's exactly what you do. Then you break out in a song and dance, which Kim Mulkey has done plenty of times. I've seen it in press conferences. She sang "Everything That Glitters Is Not Gold" in the first press conference I was ever in with Kim Mulkey. And it just makes me think that with this, it could have been done so much in such a different way that is so much more meaningful and sincere. And I get it. It's like you're the guy complaining because somebody apologized. Just accept it, or somebody said goodbye. Yeah, but this just doesn't really seem like a real oh yeah, my heart will go on. Goodbye. I love you.
It's the sentiment. And the farther away we got from it, the more personal I feel like it needed to be.
Yeah.
Like, if she had released a statement resembling this, we still would have torn apart the fact that she just hyped herself up for
Right.
however many page or however many words this was. But I think it would have played a lot better, like you said, if it was closer to her leaving Baylor. Now I'm expecting her to like be more personal, give a on-camera thank you at the Naismith Hall of Fame. Like that would make more sense to me, and that would be more fitting. As a whole, this just feels very tacky, and I really do. For a coach of her stature doesn't need to tell me all the things she's done. Kim Mulkey, we know you're good. We're thankful for what you've done, but you don't need to tell me that you're going to the Hall of Fame. You don't need to tell me we sold out games to land the best recruits. Also, all of those you're basically taking credit for, saying we landed the best recruits. No, Kim Mulkey, you landed the best recruits,
Right.
and you know that's what you're implying here. Like none of this is slick. This is not a slick operation you're pulling off here.
It is you're right. It's your ex-girlfriend that texts you and is like, hey, I just want you to know I'm thinking about you and that when we were together, you were at your best.
You've made me so much better.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. It's the we were like. I have a girlfriend now. Why are you texting me? I don't care anymore. This is pointless. Like, you don't even respond to that text.
Because you block the number.
You block the number.
That's where you block the number
Somebody
and
commented.
say thanks, but no thanks.
Somebody on Twitter was like, "Yeah, this reminded me I really needed to unfollow Kim Mulkey on social media."
Yeah.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah.
Like, we don't. Everybody's over it.
Yeah.
Chapter, book, close. Bye.
It's like it's not relevant to us anymore.
No.
Like, thank you for your thank you, but it's like Baylor fans were not thinking, wow. I
need a thank
hope
you.
today's the day.
I need a
hope
thank you.
you think today she does it. You think she says thank you today to all of us? I hope so.
I say,
hope
damn
so.
it, I gave money to that program every year. They won 23 Big 12 championships because of me, 3 national championships. They got the best recruits and sold it out because of me.
We got a comment here that says, when you have 3 trips, you deserve an ego.
I don't think you ever
Agree
deserve an
or
ego.
disagree?
What does Nick say? I don't think Nick Saban will not walk into the athletic department at Alabama and say, name the football stadium after me.
And he
Like,
could. And he could.
He could.
He definitely do that.
How much of an ego do you get? Bill Belichick wears a cut-off hoodie. He looks like he's homeless. 90% of the things that Bill Belichick wears, he looks like he's homeless. What is the ego of Bill Belichick? Yeah, you can have an ego to an extent. Like if you're a boxer, if you're Muhammad Ali or Conor McGregor or Floyd Money Mayweather, that sure, have an ego. Who gives a rip? How about Scott Drew? You think if Scott Drew wins his 3rd, at that point he gets up the mic and says, I'm the best to ever do it.
Name this place after me. This
you
is now
think
Scott
that's what
Drew
Scott
University.
Yeah.
SDU.
This is Drew University.
Everyone's like, oh, God. I mean,
Well,
okay.
I mean, the guy's got a point. He's won 3 national championships, so
And also,
carries the
Baylor
one. He can have
basketball
an
would
ego.
make a lot of money because of that. Like, women's basketball lost money for the athletic program every single year, which is a whole other rabbit hole, a whole other tangent.
That's
And
a lot.
I know there's a lot to unpack
That's
there.
a hole of rabbits.
But I think we need to credit that Kim Mulkey should act. I shouldn't say should. I want to be careful. I think there is a danger with acting more expensive than your program is allowing you to be. Maybe that's a hot take. Maybe that's getting too into the weeds. But I think there's something that should be noted for if she was bringing in tens of millions of dollars every year. Then maybe it's more of a conversation. Maybe they are naming the court after her. Maybe that is gold. Maybe she does get to pick where the stadium goes.
I would tattoo that on my left bicep.
I'll get it with you.
I would tattoo that on my left bicep.